Mark, you've come down to Almondsbury again and trained on an artificial surface. How important is that to get sort of a preparation in, you're familiarised with an artificial pitch again?
We just don't want to give the players any excuses. I think it's important that they get a little bit of a feel for the 3G, and it's not making a massive thing of it. But just the day before the game, we just felt it was nice for the players to get a feel for it.
And obviously, when you went to Maidstone earlier in the season, you'd done a similar sort of thing, and that was one of your best performances this season, arguably.
Yeah, it was. Maybe the surface suits us, I'm not sure. But hopefully we get the same impact tomorrow.
You talked about the importance of the FA Cup run. How much excitement does it actually add to around the squad that this is the FA Cup, do you feel?
I think once you get to it and you realise that you could be playing a bigger team in the next round, maybe a league team, then it starts to sink in. So we're fully focused that we want to get through this round. It's going to be an immensely tough game. Sutton coming off the back of a very good win against Woking, and we know it'll be a really tough game. We've had one tough game against them already. We're under no illusions how tough it's going to be. But if we get ourselves right, then we have a chance of winning.
And I suppose at this stage, you're the biggest upset that anyone could cause. So, I mean, in some ways, you're there to be shot at, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I think there's Tranmere and there's big clubs in there, isn't there? Tranmere, Lincoln, York, Eastleigh. That people will be looking to turn over, and we have to be professional. Sutton will fancy their chances. They're at home, and rightly so. But we have to be professional. We have to make sure that we compete with them first and foremost, and then try and play to our strengths like we always do.
And because they're at home, I suppose the emphasis is on them. This is their best chance to get a win. Will that mean sort of, that they'll be a little bit more open than perhaps teams might be in the National League against you?
I'm not sure. Maybe, hopefully, certainly make for a more of a spectacle. That's for certain. But I think both teams will want to get through. It's a big income stream for both clubs if you get through, and you only have to win 3 games and you can play Man United, which means millions of pounds. So everybody's desperate to win, and Sutton and ourselves are no different.
Obviously, finance is not generally a problem at Forest Green, but how nice would it be for you to sort of go on a cup run and visibly balance the books?
I think it's always important that you try and balance the books, isn't it? And there's a common misconception about Forest Green, I think, and we know that if you can go and draw Man United and earn a couple of £1 million, it helps in every way, the development of the club, the infrastructure and everything. So, like I said, we're focused on trying to get that.
Dan Wishart not playing, having recently joined from Sutton. I suppose that's just common sense all round, isn't it?
I wouldn't call it common sense because we could have played him, but it's just a gentleman's agreement between Paul Doswell and myself that he won't play on Saturday.
Have you been plugging in for information about Sutton though, or is it?
It's not the right thing to do, is it? I'm sure that we just have to take care of ourselves. Of course, we will. We've worked on Sutton and how they play and how we think they'll play and their strengths and weaknesses, and then it's about us getting ourselves right. And if we do that to the best of our ability, then we have a chance.
Everyone fit?
Yep, everyone's fit and raring to go.
And how pleased have you been with the way that Rob Sinclair's sort of come back in? Because obviously he got himself fit, but then there was sort of getting a little bit more closer to match fitness and getting that strength up and running.
Yeah, Rob won't be involved tomorrow. He doesn't like AstroTurf. And he won't train or play on it, so there's no point. Trying to go down that road. He don't want to play on AstroTurf, so he won't be involved tomorrow.
I mean, is that just sort of looking after his body type thing? Is it?
I think so. Yeah, he just doesn't like AstroTurf and won't play on it. So we respect that. And then obviously he'll have another week's training next week, ready for unless there's a replay on Tuesday.
And presumably, with fixtures coming as they do, you'd want to get this done in one rather than have to come to a replay.
Of course, it would be ideal scenarios that you get it done and finished on Saturday. But if we have to get through the next round, we have to have a replay, then so be it.